Clean the kitchen, now I said now, Anna freezes. Her breath catches, her heart lurches. The voice is unmistakable, Mark her son. A tiny, choked sob follows the screaming. Lily, her 6-year-old granddaughter, I thought I raised a good son. I was wrong. I came home to find him screaming at my 6-year-old granddaughter, leaving invisible scars that haunted her every day. My world, it just stopped. Anna's gaze locks onto a framed photo. A young, smiling Mark, arm around a beaming Lily from just last year. The image, once a source of warmth, now feels like a brutal punch to her gut. The contrast is agonizing. Part 2. The unveiling cracks in innocence. Anna quietly washes dishes. The kitchen is clean, yet an unsettling quiet hangs in the air. She glances at the table. Lily isn't chattering. No cereal crumbs, just an eerie stillness that feels wrong. Lily walks in, her small frame cautious. She heads straight to the cereal, carefully, almost rigidly. She avoids Anna's eyes. She pours, her tiny hands trembling just enough to spill a few flakes. She instantly freezes, eyes wide, darting to the floor, then to the closed door. A raw fear flickers across her face. Oh dear, it's all right, sweetie, just a few flakes. Grandma will get them. Lily jumps, startled. She bends down, frantically trying to pick up the spilled cereal with her fingers. Her face is pale, a ghost of her usual cheerful self. Lily, honey, it's okay. You don't have to. Lily flinches when Anna's hand reaches for her. She pulls back, a deep, unsettling sadness in her eyes. It's a sadness Anna hadn't seen before. Anna is reading a storybook aloud to Lily, her voice warm and soothing. Lily sits beside her, but she's not leaning in. Her small body is rigid, almost stiff. Her eyes dart around the room, restless, constantly checking, scanning. She picks at a loose thread on the sofa, a nervous habit Anna doesn't recognize. Anna pauses reading. The silence stretches. What's wrong, sweet pea? Don't you like this story anymore? Lily shrugs, the movement barely perceptible. She keeps her gaze fixed on the book or the floor, anywhere but Anna's eyes. Her silence is loud. Anna remembers Lily begging for this story just weeks ago, her eyes alight, full of joy. Now the words seem empty. Anna sees it then, the light dimming inside her, the spark fading. A shadow has fallen over her granddaughter, tightening its invisible grip. Anna tucks Lily into bed. Lily pulls the blanket up to her chin, her eyes wide open, staring at the ceiling. She seems to be listening intently to every distant creak of the house, every muffled sound from outside. Her small body is tense, coiled. Anna whispering, her voice thick with worry, sleep tight, my little star. Grandma is right here. Right by your side. Lily doesn't respond. She just continues staring, her breathing shallow, uneven. Anna stays for a long time, watching Lily, a knot of dread tightening in her own chest. Sleep won't come easily for Lily. Not anymore. Anna remembers those wide, fearful eyes, once filled with dreams, now haunted by shadows. The kind only fear can breed. Anna finds herself constantly in the kitchen, observing, listening. It starts subtly. She frequently overhears snippets of Mark's interactions with Lily from other rooms. Mark, sharp, impatient, his voice cutting through the house. Lily, did you put that away? How many times do I have to tell you? Are you even listening? Anna clenches her jaw, her hands tightening around whatever she's holding. She glances nervously towards Lily's room. She sees Lily rush to obey, her small figure moving with frantic energy, even when not directly addressed. Lily seems to anticipate Mark's moods, moving quickly, quietly, trying to make herself invisible. Mark, frustrated, louder, a cold edge to his tone, stopped dawdling. Can't you do anything right? It's simple. Anna watches Lily shrink. She notices Lily quickly tidying things, even when not asked, her movements hurried and anxious, almost as if she fears being reprimanded for something that hasn't even happened yet. It's a reflex. A learned behavior. Anna starts to remember. Mark used to have a quick temper, even as a boy. She dismissed it then as just how he is. Now, watching Lily, she sees the echoes of that temper, magnified, directed at an innocent child. A chilling realization settles deep within her bones. He called it discipline. She knows now it's chipping away at Lily's soul, brick by invisible, painful brick. Every sharp word, every impatient sigh, it's building walls around her, trapping her spirit. And Anna, for so long, had been blind to the true cost of his frustration. Anna watches Lily drawing. Lily is usually a burst of vibrant colors, painting entire worlds with boundless imagination. But today, her drawing is all in grays and blacks. It's a small, shaky house, with dark, ominous clouds looming large above it. A tiny, solitary figure huddles in a corner inside the house, almost disappearing into the shadows. Anna's heart aches, a profound, crushing ache. She wants to reach out to pull Lily into a tight hug, but she hesitates. The silence of the house, usually peaceful, now feels heavy with unspoken anxieties, with Lily's unexpressed fear. Anna feels a rising tide of guilt and determination. This cannot continue. Anna whispering to herself, her voice breaking, her art used to explode with sunshine. Now it was a storm, a terrifying storm inside a little girl's heart. And I knew, with chilling certainty, that the real damage wasn't to the kitchen floor or a spilled bowl of cereal. It was to her spirit, to her innocence, and it was my responsibility to fix it. Sunlight, a soft, comforting presence, streams into a cozy corner of Anna's living room. It's now transformed into a small, inviting reading nook. A plush, colorful rug covers the worn floor, its patterns a gentle kaleidoscope. There's a low, child-sized bookshelf overflowing with brightly colored storybooks, their spines worn from countless readings. A wicker basket, overflowing with crayons, markers, and stacks of fresh, white paper, sits invitingly nearby. This nook is a deliberate creation, a stark, soothing contrast to the quiet tension that still lingers in the rest of the house. Anna sits on the rug, her legs crossed, a gentle, patient smile on her face. Lily is beside her, her small body still. She's slowly, hesitantly, flipping through a picture book, her fingers tracing the colorful illustrations. Her posture is still guarded, a slight stiffness in her shoulders, but noticeably less rigid than the days before. Voice soft, almost a lullaby, filled with endless patience. Look, Lily. See the little bear. He's scared of the dark, just like sometimes we are, aren't we? But his mommy bear holds his paw so tightly, and she whispers, "You are safe, my little one." I am here, always. Lily glances up, her eyes, usually downcast, meet Anna's for a fleeting second. She doesn't speak, not yet, but she clutches the book a little tighter against her chest. A tiny, almost imperceptible nod. Anna feels a flicker of hope. Oh, my sweet girl, I knew then, I couldn't just talk away the fear. Words, for Lily, had become sharp edges. I had to build more than words. I had to build a sanctuary. A soft, warm place where her little heart could breathe again, where her silence could finally feel safe enough to find a voice. Over the next few days, then weeks, Anna dedicates herself to that nook. She spends countless hours there. She reads stories, her voice weaving magic and comfort. She draws with Lily, letting the child choose the colors, follow her own imagination. She hums old, soothing lullabies. She doesn't push Lily to talk, not once. She just is there. A constant, gentle, unwavering presence. She starts making small, silly animal noises while reading, trying to coax a giggle. Sometimes Lily's lips twitch. Sometimes a tiny, almost inaudible giggle escapes her, a fragile, hopeful sound. Ah, that sound. It's a painstaking process, but Anna's patience knows no bounds. Anna and Lily are nestled in Anna's tiny backyard garden, a miniature oasis bursting with life. The air is thick with the sweet scent of jasmine and the earthy aroma of damp soil. Anna carefully tends to her small patch of fragrant herbs and vibrant flowers, her movements slow and deliberate. Lily is squatting near a bed of bright green basil, cautiously poking at the rich soil with a tiny, child-sized trowel. Her movements are still hesitant, but there's a newfound curiosity in her eyes. Anna hums softly, a cheerful, wordless tune. She talks to her plants, her voice a gentle murmur. To a young basil plant, then to Lily, a lesson gently woven into her words, see, little basil. You need gentle hands to grow strong and tall, not too much force, just enough, like everything precious in this world, darling. Lily looks up, her gaze following Anna's. She watches Anna's hands, then slowly, she reaches out a tentative finger and gently, almost reverently, touches a basil leaf. She doesn't flinch. She even inhales deeply, her small nose twitching with the fresh, clean scent of the herb. A tiny, curious smile plays on her lips. Oh, what a sight! Every leaf, every bloom, every tiny sprout pushing through the soil was a silent lesson, about patience, about resilience, about growth. About how even the most delicate, bruised things can begin to thrive again with the right kind of nurturing, the right kind of gentle touch. It was a language we were learning together, without words. The kitchen, once a place of fear, is slowly transforming into a space of shared joy. Lily is actively helping Anna bake cookies. Her small hands are happily covered in flour, a charming smear of chocolate on her rosy cheek. She's carefully, even excitedly, placing cut-out cookie shapes onto a baking tray. Her movements are no longer frantic or fearful. They are focused, purposeful, even joyful. She's humming too, a soft, familiar tune Anna used to sing to her when she was a baby. Anna watches her, her heart swelling with an overwhelming mix of joy and quiet sorrow. Lily looks up, catches Anna's eye, and then slowly, tentatively, she smiles. A real, wide, innocent, and utterly genuine smile. It's been weeks, agonizing weeks, since Anna last saw such pure happiness from her granddaughter. Thank goodness, Grandma, can I put the sprinkles on the star one? And the heart one, please. Her voice thick with emotion, tears pricking her eyes, carefully masking it with a bright smile. Of course, my little baker. As many as you like. Make them sparkle, make them shine. Just like you, my darling, that smile, that simple question. It was like a sunbeam breaking through the darkest clouds. A tiny, precious spark of her old self, finally returning, I knew then. The healing was truly beginning. Slowly, yes, painfully sometimes, but surely, oh so surely. Anna is sitting on her bed, a heavy, old photo album open on her lap. She stops at pages filled with pictures of Mark as a young boy. He was so vibrant, so full of unbridled life, always laughing, always exploring. Then the photos transition to his teenage years. Anna sees it now, a subtle tension around his eyes, a faint clenching of his jaw in certain pictures. She remembers her late husband, Mark's father, a stern man, a man who believed implicitly in tough love, often delivered with a harsh tone, a booming voice. A pattern. A painful, undeniable realization dawns on her. Mark's current behavior, his bursts of anger, aren't just random outbursts, they're a deeply ingrained, learned response. A cycle. A legacy of unspoken frustration passed down. I saw it then, clear as day. The ghost of his father, not just in his features, but in the cadence of his voice, the set of his jaw, and the shadows of my own past inaction. I'd missed the signs with Mark. I'd quietly allowed his father's harshness to exist, hoping it would simply pass. But it didn't pass. It festered, it grew. I wouldn't miss them with Lily. Not again. This wasn't just about Lily's wounds. This was about breaking a cycle that had haunted our family for generations. A cycle I should have broken long ago. The weight of that regret was immense. Anna is quietly preparing dinner, the gentle sounds of chopping and sizzling filling the comfortable silence. Lily is humming softly nearby, playing with some blocks on the kitchen floor, a relaxed, peaceful sight. Mark enters the kitchen. He looks tired, perhaps stressed, and throws his keys onto the counter with a loud, jarring clatter. Lily, who is just building a tower of blocks, visibly flinches, her small body tensing. She immediately stops playing, her hands going to her mouth, her eyes wide, darting nervously towards her father. The blocks lie forgotten. Mark doesn't notice Lily's reaction. He's already walking to the fridge, grabbing a drink, preoccupied with his own day. He seems oblivious to the subtle shift in the room's atmosphere, to the fear he has just, inadvertently, reignited in his daughter. Anna looks from Lily's frozen, fearful face to Mark's oblivious, tired one. Her resolve, forged in weeks of quiet observation and emotional pain, hardens. She takes a deep, steadying breath. The time for silent observation, for gentle, indirect healing, is over. The time for confrontation, however difficult, has arrived. Part 4. The confrontation: a mother's unwavering stand. The gentle sizzle of dinner preparation now felt like a cruel joke, abruptly replaced by a suffocating, almost unbearable tension. Anna stood rigidly by the stove, her back to Mark, who was at the fridge, still completely oblivious to the silent terror he had just unleashed. Lily, frozen by the sudden, jarring clatter of keys, was a small, terrified statue on the kitchen floor, her tiny body coiled tight. Her eyes, wide and fixed on her father, screamed a silent warning to Anna. Oh, my poor Lily. Anna took a deep, shuddering breath, trying desperately to steady her racing heart. This was it. The moment she had dreaded, yet knew had to come. No more watching from the sidelines. No more waiting. Anna, voice calm, astonishingly firm, a quiet steel belying the storm raging inside her. Mark. Can you come here for a moment, please? Mark, engrossed in grabbing a soda, twisted the cap with a loud, unapologetic pop. He barely glanced at her, dismissing her with a casual wave of his hand. Mark absently, already half turned away, just getting a drink, Mom. Long day, I'm starving. Anna turning slowly to face him, her eyes fixed on his, piercing through his indifference. No. Not later, now. And look at me when I'm speaking to you, Mark, please. Mark finally turned, soda in hand, truly surprised by the sudden, unfamiliar steel in her voice. His brow furrowed in annoyance. He saw her eyes, not blazing with anger as he might have expected, but deeply, profoundly hurt, shadowed with a sorrow that instantly made him uncomfortable. He then noticed Lily, still huddled on the floor, barely breathing, her eyes darting nervously between them. Mark sighs, irritated, a hint of impatience creeping into his tone. Mom, what is it? Seriously. And Lily, go play in your room. We're having an adult conversation. Lily immediately scrambled to her feet, desperate to escape, her small legs moving quickly towards the hallway, yearning for the safety of her room. Anna's voice suddenly louder, sharper, yet still gentle as she reached out, stopping Lily with a firm but loving hand on her shoulder. No, Lily, you stay. This concerns you too. Very much so. Lily looked utterly terrified, visibly torn between her grandmother's gentle, protective hand and her father's looming, unpredictable presence. She glanced at Mark, then back at Anna, her eyes pleading for guidance, for understanding. Oh, the fear in those eyes. Mark's eyes narrowing dangerously, a dark, dangerous edge creeping into his voice, his patience clearly wearing thin. Mom, don't interfere. I said go, Lily. Now. Anna stepping forward, putting her entire body squarely between Mark and Lily, her voice unwavering, a rock in the rising storm. Mark. We need to talk. Right here. Right now. About how you speak to her. About what I heard yesterday. And what I've been seeing for weeks. Mark stared at his mother, disbelief warring openly with his rising anger. His face flushed a deep, unhealthy red. He couldn't believe she was doing this. Right now. Mark scoffs, a harsh, dismissive laugh that grated on Anna's ears. Oh, here we go. My parenting. Seriously, Mom, you think you know best. You don't understand. She needs discipline. She needs to learn. It's my house, my rules. I'm teaching her responsibility. That's what good fathers do. Anna quietly, but her voice cut through his bluster like a razor, calm and precise. Responsibility. Or fear, Mark. Do you truly believe shouting at a 6-year-old child until she trembles, until she flinches at your every move, until she hides from her own father, is teaching her responsibility? Is that what you call good parenting? Tell me, Mark. Mark recoiled slightly as if she had slapped him. Her words, so calm yet so direct, had landed with brutal accuracy. He glanced involuntarily at Lily, who had retreated further behind Anna's legs, peeking out nervously, her tiny body still trembling. For a fleeting moment, he saw her raw, unadulterated fear. Then his formidable defenses snapped back up, harder than ever. Mark's voice rising, agitated, defensively. She's being lazy. She leaves things everywhere. You spoil her, Mom. Kids need to be tough. Life is tough. You were tough on me. Dad was tough on me. Look how I turned out. I'm successful. Anna, her voice sharpens, piercing through his self-justification, each word a painful truth. Oh, I remember exactly how your father was. And I remember the little boy who started flinching every time a door slammed. The teenager who bottled up every frustration, every insecurity, until it exploded in rage or silent resentment. The young man who struggled to connect, to trust. Is that truly how you turned out, Mark? Is that what you want for Lily? To carry that same crushing burden? To have her spirit broken, just like yours almost was? Is it? Mark's face drained of all color. He stared at Anna, his usual composure completely gone. A raw, exposed look, stripped bare of his arrogance, flickered in his eyes. She had hit not just a nerve, but the very core of his unresolved past. He clenched his fists at his sides, then slowly, painstakingly, unclenched them, trying to regain control. He looked around the kitchen, at the gleaming counters, the sparkling appliances, anywhere but at his mother or the trembling form of his daughter. Mark's voice lower, but laced with a deep, bitter resentment, laced with denial. It's different. This is different. That was then. This is now. Life is hard, Mom. Kids need to be ready. They need to be prepared for the real world. Anna stepping closer, bridging the physical and emotional gap, her voice softening now, but her resolve was still steel, infused with a heartbroken plea. Life is hard, yes. Oh God, I know it is. But a child's home, Mark, should be their haven, their safest place, not a battlefield. It should be where they learn to feel loved, not feared. Mark, look at her. Look at your daughter, truly look at her. Not as a problem to be solved, but as a precious, vulnerable soul. Anna gently, slowly, reached for Lily's hand, guiding her from behind her legs. Lily resisted, clinging to Anna's skirt, her small body trembling. Anna to Lily, her voice a comforting balm. It's okay, sweet pea, just for a moment. Grandma is here. Lily, trembling violently, slowly emerged, drawn by her grandmother's unwavering reassurance. Her eyes were wide, glassy with unshed tears, reflecting a deep, ingrained terror. She looked at Mark with a complex mixture of fear and a desperate, heartbreaking longing for approval, for love. Anna to Mark, her voice now raw with a mother's profound sorrow, a final, desperate plea. She doesn't just spill cereal, Mark. She jumps at every loud sound. She flinches when I reach out to comfort her. She picks at her clothes constantly, her fingers raw. Her drawings, Mark, her drawings are filled with dark, scary clouds with tiny figures hiding. She lies awake at night, listening to the house, terrified. She's losing sleep. She's losing her joy. Is that the kind of tough you want her to be? Scared, broken, a shadow of the vibrant little girl she used to be. Is that your legacy, Mark? Mark looked at Lily. Truly, deeply looked at her. He saw the tiny hands that trembled over a few spilled flakes of cereal. He saw the darting eyes, filled with a silent plea. He saw the hunched shoulders, carrying an unseen weight. He saw the raw, innocent fear that Ms. Two had just, with such agonizing precision, laid bare. The truth, stark and brutal and utterly undeniable, slowly, agonizingly, penetrated his formidable defenses. He remembered Lily's once bright, boundless energy, her infectious laughter, now replaced by a quiet, anxious fragility. A profound, horrifying realization hit him, shaking him to his very core. He had done this. His words, his anger, his discipline. Mark, voice rough, barely a whisper, a genuine tremor of shock, dawning horror, and a nascent regret. No. I didn't see, oh God, Lily. He reached out a hand, tentatively, towards Lily, a desperate plea in his eyes. Lily flinched back instantly, a tiny, almost inaudible whimper escaping her lips, shrinking from his touch. Mark's hand dropped, as if burned, as if she were made of fire. The full, crushing realization of what he's done, the deep, invisible damage he's inflicted, washed over him with a sickening, overwhelming force. He finally understood. The invisible scars, they were real, and he had put them there. Anna stepping forward, gently taking Mark's trembling hand in hers, her voice full of a heartbreaking, yet unwavering plea. A mother's last desperate hope you didn't see because you were living what you knew. What I allowed to happen to you. What we perpetuated. But it stops here, Mark. With us, for Lily, it must stop. She needs her father, not a drill sergeant. She needs love, patience, understanding, not fear, not this. Mark stared at their clasped hands, his mother's worn, strong hand holding his trembling one, then at Lily's tear-streaked face, now looking at him with a glimmer of confused hope. His shoulders slumped. The anger had completely drained out of him, leaving behind a raw, desolate emptiness, a profound shame. He looked utterly broken, a man confronting the ruins of his own making. He slowly sank onto a kitchen chair, burying his face in his hands, shaken to his core by the magnitude of his actions and the depth of his mother's pain, now so vividly reflected in his daughter's innocent eyes. Anna stood over him, her hand still on his shoulder, a silent testament to a love that, despite everything, had not yet broken. Lily, still hiding behind Anna, cautiously looked at her father, then at her grandmother, confusion warring with a fragile, hopeful dawn in her eyes. The last remnants of the dinner Ms. Tu had lovingly prepared sat cold and untouched. Mark, slumped in the kitchen chair, his face buried in his hands, looked utterly defeated. His body shook with silent, wrenching sobs. Lily, still clinging to Anna's skirt, watched her father with wide, confused eyes, a tiny frown etched on her brow. The overwhelming tension from moments before slowly began to dissipate, replaced by a heavy, sorrowful quiet. Anna knelt beside Mark, her hand still gently resting on his trembling shoulder. There were no harsh words left, just a profound, aching empathy. She looked at Lily, then back at her son. Her heart, though bruised, held a fragile hope. Anna, voice soft, yet firm, a loving command. Mark, look at me. Mark slowly lifted his head, his eyes red-rimmed and swollen, mirroring the turmoil within him. He looked like a lost boy, not the imposing man he usually pretended to be. Mark, voice raw, choked with shame. Mom, I don't know what to say. I'm so sorry for everything, to you, to Lily. God, what have I done? Anna squeezed his shoulder. Anna, gently, you hurt her, son, deeply, but you saw it. That's the first step. And that means everything. Lily, no longer clinging, slowly moved closer to Mark, drawn by his raw pain. She tentatively reached out a small hand and gently patted his knee. Lily, whispering, innocent and kind, Daddy, don't cry. Mark looked up, saw Lily's tiny hand on his knee, and a fresh wave of tears choked him. He pulled her into a tight, desperate hug, burying his face in her hair. Lily, for the first time, didn't flinch. She simply let him hold her, her small hand patting his back awkwardly. It was a tiny, tiny bridge being built. Anna VO, it wasn't a grand reconciliation. Not yet. But in that moment, something shifted. A tiny crack appeared in the wall Mark had built around his heart, and in Lily's, a flicker of forgiveness. Oh, the relief. Over the following weeks, the atmosphere in Anna's house slowly, painstakingly, began to change. Mark didn't transform overnight. His temper still flared, a quick, sharp spark, but it was different now. Anna noticed. He'd catch himself. He'd bite back a harsh word or visibly force himself to take a deep breath before speaking to Lily. He even started spending more time with her, tentative at first, then more engaged. He'd read to her quietly, awkwardly. He'd play blocks, sometimes lost in thought, but he was there. One afternoon, Anna watched from the kitchen as Mark and Lily sat on the living room floor. Lily had spilled a handful of crayons. Instead of yelling, Mark simply knelt down, his brow furrowed, and quietly helped her pick them up. Lily didn't flinch. She even handed him a blue crayon with a small, trusting smile. A small miracle, truly. Anna VO, healing is never linear, it's messy, it's slow. There were good days and days when the old fears crept back. But he was trying, really trying. And Lily was watching him, learning that love could come with patience, not just noise. Lily's laughter began to return. It wasn't the boisterous, carefree peals from before, but softer, more hesitant giggles that slowly grew louder, more confident. She started seeking out Anna's hand for comfort less and playing more freely. Her drawings still sometimes had dark clouds, but now tiny, hopeful suns often peeked through. Lily is curled up in Anna's lap in the reading nook. She's no longer rigid. She's soft, relaxed, her head resting against Anna's chest. Anna reads, her voice a gentle murmur. Lily points to a picture. Lily, voice clear, full of innocent wonder. Grandma, the bear isn't scared anymore. He knows Mommy Bear is always there. Anna smiles, a tear escaping her eye. She hugs Lily tightly. Anna whispering, "That's right, my little star, always." Anna VO, her little bear wasn't scared anymore. And neither was she. Not completely, but enough. Enough to believe in safe spaces, enough to trust again. Oh, my heart. Anna, Mark, and Lily are having dinner. The conversation is light, natural. Mark asks Lily about her day at school, genuinely listening. Lily, with a shy but confident smile, shares a story about her friend. Mark even laughs, a warm, genuine sound that Anna hadn't heard from him in ages. It's not perfect, but it's real. It's progress. Anna watches them, a quiet sense of peace settling over her. The kitchen, once a place of anguish, now feels like a warm, loving home again. Anna VO, the invisible scars wouldn't vanish completely. They'd always be a reminder. But they were fading, becoming faint. And the love, the patience, the sheer will to heal that was louder, so much louder than any scream. Anna sits on a park bench, watching Lily play. Lily is running, laughing, chasing bubbles, her movements fluid and free. She trips, scrapes her knee, and for a split second, Anna sees the old fear flicker. But then, Lily looks up, sees Anna smiling, and bravely pushes herself up, dusting off her hands. She smiles back, a radiant, confident grin. Mark walks up to Anna carrying 2 cups of coffee. He sits beside her, a comfortable silence settling between them. He looks different, calmer, wiser. He watches Lily, a soft, almost tender expression on his face. Mark quietly, a hint of humility in his voice. "She's so brave, Mom. So resilient, just like you. Thank you, for everything, for not giving up on us." Anna looks at her son, truly sees the change in his eyes. He is trying. He is learning. Anna taking his hand, her voice filled with profound peace and a lifetime of wisdom. "You know, Mark, love isn't about perfection. It's about showing up. About learning, and about healing. Always for everyone. And sometimes the biggest lessons come from the deepest pain." Anna VO, the scars will always be there, a whisper of the past. But they taught us the power of a gentle touch. The strength in a soft word, and the boundless, incredible resilience of a child's heart when bathed in unwavering love. It wasn't about erasing the past. It was about writing a new, more hopeful future. One gentle breath at a time. This story, Invisible Scars, is a powerful reminder. It's a reminder that not all wounds bleed. Some cuts run deeper, leaving marks on the soul of a child that only patience, understanding, and unwavering love can heal. We often focus on grand gestures, on dramatic confrontations, but true healing, true change, happens in the quiet moments. In a gentle touch. In a soft word when a harsh one is expected. In simply showing up, day after day, with a heart full of acceptance. It's a testament to the incredible resilience of children, who, even when facing darkness, can find their way back to the light with the right support. And it's a stark look at the cycles we sometimes unconsciously repeat, a call for us to break them, to choose a different path for the ones we love most. Because every child deserves a home that is a haven, a place of safety, not a battleground. And every parent, every grandparent, has the power to make that difference. What are your thoughts on invisible scars? Have you witnessed or experienced how words can leave lasting marks? Share your reflections and stories below. Let's create a space for understanding and healing.